you need to paint the base, because this is dark. You don't want it dark. So I'm just going to use, this was the smallest paint, white paint, acrylic that I'm using. This was the smallest container that I had. So you need to get rid of the darkness, because especially if you're decoupaging, even if you're not decoupaging, to get the real color. Let's just do this, because I don't like this dark. You will go over all the dark parts unless you want to keep them. These make great jewelry holders. And if you can get into the holes, that's fine. If you can't, then that's fine too. You just want to make sure that the base is covered completely, or as much as you can. Some of them are harder than others to cover. Like this one's had one coat. You may need to give it 2 coats. And then we'll put these aside because I'm not going to wait for them to dry. I have already taken care of this by pre-painting, just to save on time. Which one is the water and which one is the paint? Oh, the paint is this one. So after you finish painting, you let it dry. For example, here I didn't get rid of the blackness, I just left it, and here too, and we'll see what we'll do later. I'm just going to clean up, because after I get done, these will go back into the suitcase to take to Boston. And these shells I might just give away. I don't want to carry shells back to Boston. Okay. The next thing that I'm going to show you is using the paste. Let me get some brushes. I don't have my water sprayer, so I'm going to have to use some just regular water from the cup. And I'm going to dip my brush in water. I thought of using these colors because they remind me of the sea. And they are really beautiful colors. So I'm going to start by dipping my brush. I'm trying not to make a mess in the hotel room. They're very strict in this place. I'm not that happy with Las Vegas. I don't think I really like it. Not I think, I don't think. I know I don't like it. Okay, so you'll just start. You can add water, or you can just, paint it on with a patina and a brush. You can make it as heavy as you want. Let me add some water. This is a bit. I'm just adding some more because I think I put too much water. don't want this there. So I'm just going to wipe it off. Oops. Picked up some blue. Actually, I need more blue than that. This one I diluted straight with water. And you just do any shape or any, you just paint. And these would make great gifts for jewelry containers, or even soaps. You can resin these. I want to add some more of the green. Don't want too much water. That's why I like the spray gun, the spray mister, because you can control the water, but with the container of water that I have, you can't. Now you can let this dry. You can add spots of gold. You can add white to make more of a pattern. Or you can leave it like this. I'm going to leave this one to dry. Let's do another one. This is my green. And blue. And now we're going to add into the mix the blue Prussian. Let's add some more green. Some more green here. And I'm going to add the areas where I want to see the blue. And you blend them. Even though I'm using the Prussian blue, I'm not getting a great, oops, that's the blue here. I think I should go heavier with the Prussian blue. You can put a pearl inside. I actually don't really like the Prussian blue too much with this mix, so let's just try and cover it up. But you can put a blue pearl in this. I mean a pearl in this. You can resin it, or you can use a top coat. I want to add a little bit more of the blue phthalo. actually the Prussian blue looks good underneath the phthalo blue. It looks like it's more, it's a deeper color. I hope you can see that. And we can compare the two blues. I think that, well, in front of me they look different, but I'm not sure if they're showing up right on the screen. Okay, so now we painted those two. Let's just do one more, if I can find one more. Just with, say, the green phthalo. Let me close these before they dry out. I was going to test whether these will puff up, but I didn't bring my heat gun. And yes, they do have a hairdryer, but I didn't want to use it. So let's just bring this one, which we just painted, and you can paint it on or you can dab it on. When I paint it on, it looks shiny, more shiny. But I suppose that's because of the light. And you could give it a second coat to make it heavier, or you can leave it like that. I'm going to leave it like that for now, and whilst I'm waiting for these to dry, maybe we will decoupage one. Let me just clean up my hands and my surface. I know you don't want to watch me clean up, but I want to make sure that my, I'm going to just decoupage one or two. I want to make sure everything is clean so that it don't show colors where they shouldn't. Okay, so I cut up from the Hellenic Vibes a little part, a portion, and you can do many papers with this. So let me see how I'm going to fit this in. Maybe I'll bring it up more. Let's go with that. Let me cut it so that I'm not damaging the other parts. I'm going to try and see if it fits again. Yeah, I think this works well. I'm going to leave this in as well. So using any top coat, get a brush, a soft brush, and I'm going to paint the base. With my top coat, and Oops. I'm going to go from the middle out. And if you get some wrinkles, that's part of the charm. Just going to see if I can get rid of this small wrinkle. Yep, and it worked fine. And you leave it to dry. They're very sturdy papers. And look, I got blue on it from my finger, which I said I was trying to avoid. Let me just see if I can remove that. Okay. Next we're going to do add some of the pigments. Hi Amanda, how are you? Oh, no worries. I showed the patinas, sorry, the pastes on this, and this one, and this one. And the painting, first painting white. And then painting, using any of the colors of the patinas that you want. And then I decoupaged Hellenic Vibes on the white base. And now we're going to do pigments. Or maybe I should do another one. I'll do another decoupage one. Let me see, this one. And this one will do the Posh script. Oh, don't worry about being late, because you can always watch it on replay. Let me get this one. This is the Posh script, and it's huge. So I'm going to, this is a in French. It should be Posh French script. Let me see what size this is. So I'll just cut here. That. Oh, and what did I do with the paper? Did I drop it somewhere? Ugh. I hate it when this happens. Oh, there it is, on the floor. Again, check how much more you need to cut off. This little bit off and move these aside. Again, you'll want to put your paper on there. I think I did it this way. Yeah, I think it was this way. But maybe not. Maybe it was. Oh, there we go. And this is, I picked this seashell on purpose. Although I painted it one coat of white, you can still see where the oyster sits. So don't do that. Just put 2 coats to be safe. I don't have sanding paper to cut this bit off, so I'm just going to wait till it dries maybe. Maybe cut it right now. Okay. I don't want to touch it with my fingers too much because my fingers have patina or metallic paste on them. How's the weather, Amanda? And if you've just joined, please let us know how the weather is and where you're from. Here, as I said, it's terrible. It's very, very hot. It's not pleasant at all. The ACs are not keeping up with keeping us cool. You can move this deluxe paper is really good because you can move it around. You can lift it up and reposition it if you want. I'm trying to get rid of this crease. Look at there, I did it. And now we've got 2 done. Maybe if I picked a different color than a white background, this wouldn't be too bad, but just remember, do 2. It's warm, but not storming. Yeah, we had a couple of days ago, not yesterday, I think the day before, we had 117 as the high, and that's the highest high they've had. And it didn't come here so that Las Vegas can break records in heat. And now we're going to work with, actually before we do the pigments, let's do the pastes. Now some of them, if they're white, like this, you can either use metallic paste or patinas on the back. Let's try the patinas. I've picked a gold, which is Byzantine gold. I've got blue phthalo, and I have primary green. On those, these are, the gold is actually an oil-based patina. The green and the blue are water-based. They're aqua patinas. So with the aqua patinas, you really need to mix just to make sure they're not separated. So let's try that on. It may work, it may not work. Let me get another brush. Oh, you know what I did forget? I forgot to get a liner brush. Oh no, maybe I can use that one, but let's see. So you can use the paste also. let me just move these out of the way. Sorry, the patinas. To color the back of your shell. Now, if it's white, it's easy to do. If it's not white, like this one, let's see what happens then. We have to wait for it to dry before we can buff them. The blues are different. Let me just get rid of this. Hi Cheryl. Oh, you're in California. Thank you for joining me. I'm working with Posh products. And we're working on shells, oyster shells. You end up with a darker blue, which is fine, if that's the look you want. Let's see what happens with green. I'm just closing everything because I don't want to create a mess in the hotel room. These are waxes. These two are water-based. And there's, I think, another 3 or 4 other ones. And I love it. Actually, this one is even dry. Let me see if I have I don't have any material to buff it with. But it's dry already. I don't know if that's the weather. That one's dry. This one is still a bit tacky. So let's mix the green. And add some on. I'm going to add some onto here. If I had my choice of brushes, I'd see I put green in here. Because my finger is dirty. I'm a messy painter today. So I'm going to use some of the green on here. If I'd had a better brush, I just brought whatever brushes I thought would be useful, but clearly not the best ones. That's the green, let's leave it to dry. And let's try more of the green on this shell. And they do last a long time. I've had these for about a year now, if not more. And although they're not colors that I use regularly, the gold is. And the gold is still pretty full. You can do it around the edges. Question? Oops. Okay, we're back. I don't know what happened. Yeah, you can paint on top of this if it's water-based. If it's oil-based, then no. Let these dry and let me, I don't have any paints to, actually yes I do, I have white paint. So we can use the white as soon as this dries and try it on. Now the last one I'm going to use, because that's the only color I brought with me, that's oil-based. Maybe I should use another brush. And these oil ones, believe it or not, smell good. Oh, sorry, you're not watching. I forgot to turn you down. I'm sorry. Is that good? Sorry. What I did was I got the gold and I dipped this in it, my brush in it, and I just started adding it. And it smells good. It smells really good. Let me try a bit more on here. And they go on very, very smoothly. I'm going to go over some of the green here. And actually there's one of the first shells that I did, I am going to just highlight the tops. Whilst waiting for these to dry. And then we'll try the paint. Let these dry and then we'll try the paint over the different ones. Now this one, I don't know if you can tell, but it has a lot of bumps. So let's see how this would look. Just highlighting some of the bumps. See, that looks really good now. And that's the oil-based over the metallic pastes. Can you see the difference? It might be hard. Yeah, maybe now you can. Can you see it now? I'm just going to do a little bit more here. And leave it to dry for a bit. Let me see if these are dry. Yep, these are dry. Let's try the paint on these. Let me try this. Oops. There it is. There's one more thing that you can do as well. I shouldn't forget to show you. Okay. Now say you didn't like this. You can go over it with paint. And the coverage is pretty good. Say you decided you didn't want that look. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I love these colors on the seashells. Okay, now we've gotten rid of all the blue. We'll wait for this to dry and see if we can go over it again. Now with the white over oil-based. I mean, you can go over it, but I don't know. We'll put it on and then see what happens. Remember, this is working on shells, not on wood, not on walls, not on glass. And all of these can be applied to most surfaces, metal, glass. I'm going to do here, and then we can always go over it again. Okay, now there's another thing I wanted to show you. We're going to leave this to dry. I'm going to leave it here because it's a bit, the base is not that great. Let me just clean my brush out and use this. I think on, say this one, which I did earlier, let's see if I can add a little bit of this. And let's see when it dries what happens. Oh, it's beginning to show. Wonder if you can see it. Let's wait for this to dry. This is glitter paint that I'm using just to see what the outcome would look like. I'm going to leave it here to dry. And I got another one, the first one that we did. It'll probably show up best on the dark blue. I'm not painting it very well, am I? It should be smooth. And we'll see what happens when they dry. Whilst we're waiting, that's glitter paint from Craft Smart. Actually, it's not even dry, and can you see the glitter? We'll wait till it dries a bit more, but I can see the glitter starting to come up. So let me put these away and get the pigments. So this is drying, this is drying. Oh, you can't see it. Let me move it out of the way. This is drying. This is a mess. Just get rid of the scissors and clean up a bit. Oops. Just gonna put this away and get my things that I need for. Now, the two pigments I got were lemon gold, which is this color, and I had another container right here, that's lemon gold. As soon as you put your pigments in your container, make sure you close it. And this is orange gold. The other thing, and I will show you that in a little bit, is you can mix the pigments together. You don't have to just have lemon gold or orange gold. Now we're going to just add top clear coat, any clear coat. I'm using a gloss one, and look at that. Doesn't it look like gold? Gold, liquid gold. I mean, it's incredible. And what we need to do is mix it. I think I put too much top coat in. Let me see. But it could work. Let's try the pigment on this one. And this is, look at how dark this is. This is not white. So let's see how this would work. And because I made it more liquidy, the pigment is going into the small holes of the oyster. Can you see that? And the pigments are water-based because I'm using a water-based sealer. And see these ridges? You can come back and highlight these. If you had a dark wax, which we do have, you can absolutely highlight these so that they show up. So that's the gold. And let's do the orange gold. Look at how amazing that looks. I'm not going to put a lot of liquid just to see what happens. And I'm going to paint the rest of the shell. And yes, I use the same brush, by the way. Yeah, I think you got the pigment as well, Amanda. And this is the orange gold. And you didn't even need to have a white base. And by the way, this is almost dry. It dries very, very quickly. So these are the two golds. This is the lemon gold, this is the orange gold. Let's experiment a bit. I'm just going to leave it this way for a few minutes. And I'm going to pour the orange gold. What you should do is before you mix them, before you add your top coat, put some orange gold. This stuff doesn't want to come down. Come on. Okay. And now I'm going to mix them. I don't think it's going to make much difference to the color because there wasn't that much, but we can try it. Let me see on which one. On this one. Let's compare or two golds to see if there's a difference. Oh, actually there is a difference. This one looks a little bit more orangey. Does that show on the screen? Definitely closer to this than to this. Now I'm going to do something which I normally wouldn't do. I'm going to add some more gold, lemon gold, in this, because normally I would not do that. I would mix them as powders first, but because this is a bit thin and I want to do something with it, let's see. This is a bit thicker, so I'm going to get the thinnest brush I have and do something with it. Paint the edges of the shell. With it. And you can make it as thick as you want. Or as thin as you want. I might add some more gold because it's got a bit too much white. I'm trying to do fine details. Which I'm not very good at the best of times, but even worse here. I'm going to leave it to dry for a bit. It doesn't take long, but you can fill in all the white areas if you want, and even here. But I'm not going to right now because I know my hand is going to move. This is Posh Pigments, Judy, that Posh Chalk paints. They don't call them micas, they call them pigments. And I think micas are different to pigments. Pigments are more the color that you pull out of the ground, maybe? I don't know. Okay, see this one? Can you see the glitter? Is it showing up? If someone can tell me if it's showing up or not. And this one as well. This one on the blue, it should show up more. But I can't tell. Okay, so we're going to go over this one. This one is, which one is the one we did the white over, oh, this one. Okay, the white, Amanda, has covered the gold, but it's not clear. Let me see if I can wipe it off. No, it seems to be, I've gone over it with paint. It's not as bright as the white on the green and the blue. Oh, this one, on the dark one. Yeah, the dark, so you can always just put glitter on the dark ones. There are different glitters. Oops. I'm putting glitter all over myself. You can put glitter, sorry, what I was trying to say is, there are different kinds, different colors of glitter that might work over light colors. I happen to pick the crystal clear. And this one doesn't do well over light colors. But we could always try it over the gold and see as well. I mean, this is just, I'm just trying things out just to experiment with you and learn. Okay, now, this is the metallic paste. And look how beautifully it goes over it. There are so many ways to do these oysters. I'm just showing you an additional way. Typically, this is how I would do them. And you can paint the back and put them on a canvas and resin them. But I'm just showing you another way to do this that would also work. See, I've done that, but I haven't painted here. But I do want to paint it because I think it will make it look so much richer. And I can see the metallic paste reflecting on the gold. Can you see that too? Okay, so pigments are what? Can you look up pigments? I should have done my homework, but I didn't. So this one is just with the gold and some orange pigments. And the nice thing about these pigments is that they are, you mix how much you want. You don't waste any. Might as well use all the pigments whilst I'm here because I don't want to bring any liquids back. But look at this one. And we can do the same on this one. Oops. But I want to do it very lightly because there's already some gold inside here from the patina. excuse me. I just want it on the edges, just the edges. Oops. This is where we put, sorry, I'm going to cough. We did the metallic paste, the two colors, the green phthalo and the blue phthalo. And then we went over it with the patina, the Byzantine gold. And now I'm going over it with the gold pigment. And this is the one that we did the orange gold here and the lemon gold here. Excuse me, I think it's the air conditioning. Okay, now this one we did one coat of paint and then put a white, oh, thank you, Amanda. It's a natural stone mica pigments, and micas aren't the same. Pigments, powders are ground up colors. Okay, pigments are the actual colors themselves. Oh, okay, that's very helpful, Amanda, thank you. That's very helpful. I knew that there was a difference, and I thought that the pigments were the original things. Okay, let's put some gold on here, just very lightly. This is the Decoupage one, and this is the Posh Chalk Decoupage. And that's the one we only did one coat of white. We didn't cover this completely, and because we're using white paper, it did show through. And I'm not too happy about that. So just remember, if you're using white over your oyster, give it 2 coats. And now we'll just, with what micas I have left, or pigment I have left, I'm just going to do this one. And by the way, when you mix your micas and you have some left over, you don't throw it out. You keep it in a closed container like this. And it should, it's lasted me, I've kept mine for 3 weeks. Now you may need to add, it may have dried a little, and you may need to add some more top coat, but it works. Let me move this out of the way. And this, and this. And actually, let's put a clean I'm just moving everything so that I can show you and talk to you about the final results. Oh, okay, thanks. Thanks, Amanda. That's great. That's great to know. I appreciate that. I've got this paper. And we're going to go over them so that you can see exactly what we did on a clean sheet. I'll have to make a note of that, Amanda. By the way, I don't know if you caught the beginning, but if you did, if you sprinkle, your name will be put into a, will be put with the other names from last week. And at the end of the month, we will have a drawing, and it'll be for either Would You Bend or a Posh Chalk product. That's a top coat, Judy. And it's not mica, it's pigment. The Cloudy Liquid, this is what I got from Boston. And this is just a top coat, gloss. I used a gloss top coat, and I prefer gloss because you can get the definite shine. Now you don't have to use the glossy one. You can use flat or semi-gloss or satin, but I prefer to use with these the gloss. Okay, so with this one, we started off with the pastes, and these pastes, when you put them through a stencil and a heat gun, they rise up, they inflate. And I can show you that at another time. I don't have a stencil here, and I don't have a heat gun. So we put the green and the blue phthalo. They're metallic pastes. Then we went over it with the gold, Byzantine gold, just to highlight some of the details. And it's not dry yet. And then we went around it with a mix of lemon gold and orange gold. And on the back, I did orange gold pigment and lemon gold. On this one, I just did the green phthalo. I did not do anything to the back. I did paint the edge with the pigment again. On this one, oh, and this one I also added some pearl, but it's not showing up well on camera. But these are beautiful colors to use if you're coloring seashells. They really are. This one is a mix of the green, the blue, and the blue Prussian. I did blue Prussian right here first, and then went over it with the blue phthalo, and the green is around. And again, this one I did with the crystal glitter paint from Craft Smart. And all around, I did the pigment mix, the same as all the others. And you can see it's dry already. Now this one was, I think, the lemon gold mix with, yes, this was the lemon gold mix with some orange. I mixed them both together as pigments. These two are the decoupaged papers from Posh Chalk. This one is Posh Script, and it's French words. This one is Hellenic Vibes, and it's got a lot of pieces that you can cut out and use. I painted, oh, let me finish with the front first. I painted everywhere gold, the same gold, which was a mix of lemon gold liquid, orange gold liquid, and I added some more powder, lemon gold powder, to make it thicker. And on the back, I've got the Posh Chalk patina, aqua patina in blue, in blue, in green, and the patina, which is the oil-based wax. These are all waxes, but this one is oil-based. These are water-based. And on this one, the back, there was again the blue, the green, and the gold. And I went over it with white paint just to see if you can paint over it. And although the oil-based paint, oil-based patina, you shouldn't put anything over it, the white did work. So it's a great experimentation. Thank you, Amanda, for suggesting that. If you have any questions, please let me know. I sell all these products on my Etsy site. I'm not pushing my Etsy site because I really enjoy using these products. They're a lot of fun, and I appreciate your time. And thank you for joining me. Excuse the messy hands.